Hi guys, it's Richard from JumaGolf. Today we're on the coaching tee and we're talking lessons using the Flightscope technology. Flightscope is a launch monitor that tracks all your club and ball data. It's used by all the top coaches in the world and also seen on the TV during the PGA Tour events. So we have Steve here. He's come for a Flightscope lesson. He's really struggling with his iron play. So the Flightscope's really going to show up what the naked eye can't see during his downswing at the fast speed, at impact and also post-impact. It's a really good teaching tool for both the student and me as a coach to really decipher what's happening. So let's go ahead and hit some balls, Steve, and see what the problem is. Okay, Steve, so I can see what your problems are. Pretty much you've hit some really weak iron shots there, so the Flightscope is really showing up what's going wrong. We're going to look at the angle of attack. So what that means with your iron play, all the top players or better ball strikers tend to hit more down into the back of the ball. So I'll give you an example once we do some drills, but the data here is showing the angle of attack is you're actually hitting on the upswing 2.4 degrees. Okay, so with irons we really need to have a negative figure, hitting roughly 4 to 5 degrees down. That way we can compress the golf ball, take a bit of a scuff mark or a divot on the way through, and that's really going to improve your distances and also your club face positioning. As we've seen on the data, we can really see what's going wrong with Steve's swing. So now we're going to use some traditional drills and methods in our coaching to apply that to get his body to swing properly, and then hopefully we'll get back on the Flightscope and we can see the improvement in both the trajectory of the shots and the data. Okay, so we've been running with those drills for about 15 minutes, so Steve can really feel these new positions, both with his hip turn, his torso turning through the shot to get some rotation and getting his hands in front of the club face. Now we're ready to get Steve back on the Flightscope after he's done those drills, so we can capture the new data and measure the results. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so as you can see, there's been a dramatic improvement in the ball flight. So as you can see with this particular shot, the angle of attack, what we're concentrating on, now it's minus 5.3. So you've changed up the angle of attack exactly how I like to see it. So as you can see, just with basically an hour lesson, we can really measure the improvement by seeing the exact data. We can also measure the difference with the before and the after. So the best thing about this data is it just doesn't stay with me. This will get emailed to Steve for future reference, so we can see the improvement on ongoing lessons. So having access to this data will allow Steve to review this in his own time and continuously improve his game.